Well, hey everybody. Want to get a video out of a little lesson that I taught the other day, local college baseball team, about your environment and the things that are going on around you and how they can or cannot affect you. So I had some props, so I figured I'd better sit down for this one, so I decided I'd come out here by the wood pile. So get out of the wind. It's breezy today. First thing I want to show you is an egg, right? This is a farm fresh egg. Literally, my wife just brought this home. She got some of these today, and then I have some carrots. Okay, so farm fresh egg, carrots, and last but not least, a couple of Kool-Aid packs, watermelon and cherry, to be exact. So what's that have to do with your environment or my environment? Okay, well, we have to use our imagination a little since we're outside. But imagine a pot of boiling water, okay? That's our environment. It's the conditions that are around us that we can't always control. If that pot of water is boiling, what happens if we put that egg in it? That egg doesn't stay the same, does it? That egg hardens on the inside, becomes hard boiled. So it changes the egg. It changes what that egg was meant for. All right, so it hardens the egg off. What does the boiling water do to carrots if you leave them in there for a while, right? It softens them. It's actually the opposite of the egg. It softens the carrot. Some people would even say that some of the nutrients are cooked right out of it. But if it's in the boiling water, it will eventually get soft. But what happens with the Kool-Aid? What if we open that pack of Kool-Aid and put the Kool-Aid in the water? What happens to the water? The Kool-Aid actually changes the water. The water changes the egg. The water changes the carrot. The Kool-Aid changes the water. Now, I don't know what environment you're in. I don't know what it's like in your home. I don't know what it's like for you at work. That's probably the biggest one, but it could be home. It could be any aspect of your life. If the environment around you is boiling, it can harden your heart. It can turn your heart a little hard-boiled. I've been there. I've had environments around me that were boiling to the point that my heart was hardened. I don't like that. I'd like to think I learned from them, and that's one reason why maybe I'm a little more qualified to post a video. Maybe. How about carrots? How about your environment around that gets you to the point that you're no longer you? You have been softened to the point that you no longer even are the person that you used to be. I've been there too. In fact, I had things come into my life that softened me so much, I didn't even really like me anymore. I knew that I wasn't me. I also wasn't me when my heart had been hardened. Well, I'd like to think that I'm finally entering the phase of my life where I want to be Kool-Aid. I want to be Kool-Aid. Sorry for any copyright infringement we may have there. I want to be Kool-Aid in a way because I want to change the environment around me. Now, I don't mean that in some arrogant, egotistical way, like it has to be my environment. I don't mean that. What I mean is, if I want to bring some truth and some goodness to the best of my God-given ability to any situation, I want to bring that. If I want to help somebody see something in themselves, if it's the cashier when I'm buying my soda, if it's the person on the street come on now. If it's my wife or my children, I don't want to be this. And I don't want my world that I'm around all day long to soften me to the point that I'm not even me. Man, I want to be Kool-Aid. I want to be Kool-Aid because you know what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter if the water's cold or if the water's hot. Kool-Aid is going to change the color. There's going to be times in our lives when the water's hot, and we're going to have the opportunity to decide if we're going to let it harden our hearts, if we're going to let it soften us, or if we're going to say, not a chance, not a chance. If you're going to be cold, I'm still Kool-Aid. If you're going to be hot, I'm still Kool-Aid. You're not changing me. You're not changing me. That's that lesson, but I have one more quick one about an egg. All right, kind of along the same lines, but it has to do with this egg. Now, what was this egg's original purpose, right? Its original purpose when it was laid by that chicken, if it was fertilized, is to hatch a baby chick, okay? Well, there's one thing that's really interesting about an egg and breaking an egg. If an egg is broken by an outside force, okay, if I drop it, if I crush it with my hand, if I accidentally hit it with something and I crack that egg, then the life force that's inside there dies. It dies. So if you were in collecting chicken eggs to hatch them and you crack it, the life force inside dies because I have broken that with an outside force. But what happens if the force comes from inside the egg? Life. That's the baby chick trying to live, to come to life, to enter this world. It's an inside force. An inside force brings life. An outside force kills. What I want for you is the same thing I want for me. I want to fight the outside forces because you're not breaking my egg. Because the force that's on the inside of me, in my case, and I hope yours too, that would be Jesus Christ himself. But the inside force brings life. The outside force steals it. What life do you want to be? Which force do you want? An outside or the inside that changes things? Because if it were not for that inside force, I guarantee you I wouldn't be doing this. I guarantee you. So, I guess that's all of our lessons for today. So, until next time, guys, this is Todd. See ya.